I will say, in order to overcome the fears of the same-faith ticket, vote Atiku or Koa. That is the answer. Well, I think some have mischaracterized the issues with race. And they thought that some of us were angry just because it was a Muslim ticket. But I'm here to say no. If it were a Christian ticket, I will still condemn it, perhaps even more vehemently, the same way I have condemned the Muslim ticket. And you know the reason why? We cannot afford to be divided in this country. For a Christian to rise, he will need the support of Muslims, especially some of us who come from this part of the country where we are mixed, and we come from communities or even families that sometimes aggregate both Christians and Muslims. And for a Muslim too to rise, he will need the support of Christians. And I tell you, the simplest way by which we can destroy the North, destroy Nigeria, is to allow ourselves to be divided along religious lines. God forbid. So any party who will not seek to heal this national fault line of religious discrimination is not a party that can build Nigeria. And that is why I want to commend you in particular, and to commend Khan for coming out loudly to proclaim that they will not support the APC. And I believe that is the position of every conscientious Christian in Nigeria who knows what the truth is and who yearns for justice. None of us will sell out. Not now, not ever again. So for some of us who were entrusted with the responsibility of analyzing the presidential candidates and the political party platforms that Christians should vote for, as you are all aware, we came to the inescapable conclusion that PDP, of course, was the party that if we as Northern Christians simply support, we are going to push them across the finish line more easily than any other political party. But above just the ease with which to win the presidential race, we look at the personnel, the characters that are running for offices across the broad spectrum of the political parties. And honestly speaking, we were analyzing with friends and colleagues as to which of these candidates had led a life that has impacted so much on the church, regardless of their religious calling or the faith they subscribe to. And honestly, I can beat my chest. And I urge all of us to search for the truth. I cannot lie here. There's none of the candidates contesting for the office of the president that has invested so much in the church like Atiku Abubakar. Why did I say so? The Bible said that thou shalt know a tree by what? Its fruits. You want me to tell you Atiku Abubakar fruits? One of them is seated here. He's our brother. I'd called his name before. His Excellency Governor Boni Haruna, you can't deny the fact that he was the governor of this state for 8 solid years. And then, kuna son kusan da bazon waye rawa. An ce waka daga bakin mai shi ya hi daɗin ji ko? To amma zan gaya muku da bazon Atiku Abubakar ne rawa. Another fruit, in case you don't know, is Governor Jolly Niame. Maybe His Excellency Boni Haruna will tell us. In his own case, he served for 8 years plus additional 2. He had the grace to serve for 2 more years as governor of Taraba State. Now, if I were to close this there, I wouldn't have done justice to Atiku Abubakar. I must tell my own story, like I've said in Hausa, Waka, Degabakin, Meshi, Yafi, Dadin, G. In my own case, when I ran for speakership, when we talk about leaders of his own status in Nigeria, he was the only one who was behind me. And I'm not a Fulani man, I'm not a Muslim like him. It will surprise you. I said this with all convictions. There's some of our brothers who are preaching, you must do a Christian, you must do a Christian. Honestly speaking, they did not support me. Maybe I wasn't Christian enough for them to support. And I will assure you too, in line with what Senator Ningi was saying, that some of our brother members from Adamawa State, I don't want to name names, they did not vote for me, though they were Christians. But it will surprise you that Fulani people, members from Zamfara, from Sokoto, voted for me, from even Kebbi. And I won that race with just miraculous 8 votes to become the speaker. So if you are looking for fruits, because of time I won't go far, you're looking for fruits that Atiku Abubakar has produced in the church, Governor Boni Haruna is there, Governor Jole Naima is there, I am here, I don't want to talk about others. There are so many of us, even in Adamawa here. So we are looking for a Muslim who believes that it will take unity between Muslims and Christians to build this nation. And so we are looking for Christians too, who believe that it will take combined efforts of Muslims and Christians to raise the pillars of this nation and then cement it on a rock so that we can make progress. I want to talk about the issue the convener raised, issue of those who are saying they are freedom fighters, they will waste their votes, they will do anything they want to do, even if they don't win, it doesn't matter. Now you have heard she said that there's nothing in the gospel that supports that stance. Nothing. From the book of Genesis to Revelation, you will never find an incident where God commanded his people to waste anything. Our Lord Jesus Christ, when he fed 4,000-5,000 people at different occasions, commanded them to gather the remnants so that there will be no waste. And I want to draw attention to a striking story about the master. This story was told by Jesus himself, who gave talents to his servants to trade. One of the servants who got one hid his own talent. He didn't even waste it. He returned it at the end of the day when the master came and demanded for account without any profit. What did the master say? He said, "Thou wicked and lazy servant." So anyone who wants to waste his vote, waste what God has given him, is, by the words of Jesus Christ, a wicked and lazy servant. So we have every responsibility as Christians to seek for the truth. Once you know that if you cast your vote one way, you are going to lose, and you still go ahead and cast that vote there, know that you are not going to make any statement, because losers in history have never been given the opportunity to write history. Between David and Goliath, who made the statement? between Hitler and the Allied forces. Who made the statement? So don't be deceived that if you vote a particular way, in this case, you vote Labour, and Labour loses, that you have made a point. You haven't. You are just simply what Jesus Christ said. I don't want to repeat it. But for us as Christians, especially in the North, I want to say this, and then I will adjure us to repeat after me, that a vote for Labour, a vote for Labour by a Northern Christian in particular is equivalent to 2 votes for Tinubu. 1 vote from a Northern Christian is equivalent to what? You have said it. And for some of us who are still doubting what I've said, we had some of the governors who were telling us that they are supporting Labour. But right now, when the chiefs are down, they have told us clearly, even though Christians, they were telling us, go and vote for your brother Christian. Go and vote for your brother Christian. But today, what are they saying? We are supporting for Tinubu. Peter Obi cannot win this election because we are not running for the presidency of a market association. So I will end this by challenging us, like challenge all other Christian gatherings. If you analyze all the candidates, and you come across any one of them who has done more for the church than our father, Alhaji Atiku, Abubakrar, the Wazir in Adamawa, go and vote for that person. But if you do that analysis and you discover that no one has even raised a councillor in this place, you have never seen them in your grief, in your joy, in everything you have done, and you believe foolishly that if you vote for them to be president, then they will change and start visiting you. You are deceiving yourself. Yes, sir. Michelle Obama has said something that is eternally true. She said that the presidency doesn't change people. It reveals who they are. If they didn't do A before, even if they become president, they will never do that A. Don't be deceived. Please. In closing, permit me to do something that may be out of the way, but I sincerely, out of a genuine concern as a Democrat, want us to appreciate President Muhammadu Buhari. Although he's not a member of the PDP, but the truth is that he is standing for the right thing, to ensure that people who have stolen money do not use this money to buy votes. Although I'm not uninformed nor unaffected by the hardship caused by the Naira redesign and swap policy, but I want to plead with Nigerians to endure it for a few weeks as sacrifice for a free, fair, and credible elections. It is a life lesson that just as injury has pains, so also recovery has pains. But we have to get healed, we have to endure the pains. I urge us all to trudge in the hope that this may truly be the bad pangs we will enjoy for a new Nigeria to be born. For those criticizing the president on the issues of timing, I want to remind them in the words of Dr. King Jr. that time is eternally neutral, and the time is always ripe to do the right. Let me end this by calling on the CBN to ensure the redesigned notes are made available to our people. But even if the CBN is unable to do so, my plea to us is to endure the pains for a few more weeks, for our votes to count, and for us to elect a president we truly deserve. Let me emphatically say that the president has the sole constitutional powers over currency matters, and all those busy running their mouths because they have been denied the opportunity to deploy the ill-gotten naira they have starched to buy votes, that they are committing treason. The president is absolutely right not to have given in to the greed of the few against the needs of the many, while the president is right to have acted on what he knows in the best interest of the country. His traducers are petty, unpatriotic, treacherous, and grossly irresponsible. Therefore, Mr. President deserves our thunderous applause. Can we please applaud the president? Whoever writes history will be kind to Mr. President if he doesn't give in or give up on his resolve to ensure a free, fair, and credible democratic election, and if he ensures that that election takes place on the 25th February as planned. In closing, let me talk about what I know concerning His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. I will say, as an opening remark, that Nigeria is tottering on the precipice, and for everyone who has ever wondered how the bottom looks like, this is it. Nigeria is at the bottom. No doubt, these are moments of national peril. That is why we need a president who will hit the ground running from day one. If we love Nigeria, we cannot afford to foist a rookie on her as president. Tell me if any of the candidates comes close to His Excellency Atiku Abubakar in terms of readiness to hit the ground running from day one. In case you don't know him, let me attempt the impossible task of introducing him to you. His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, the Wazir in Adamawa, is a statesman like no other, and a father in every sense of the word, Abba. He is a demonstrable source that gives life to everything around him. Give him pure water and he will turn it to faro water. Show him a primary school and he will turn it into a world-class university. Show him a jetty and he will turn it into a world-class port. Give him a bull and a heifer and in just few years, he will give you a herd. Give him a bag of chaff and he will mill it into animal feed. Give him a bottle of Bala Blue and he will turn that cream to faro juice. Give him a home and he will bring in Nigeria into it as a family. Make him walk into an environment where there's contention and fight and see how that fits into peace. That is the rich pedigree that His Excellency Atiku Abubakar will bring to the table as president. We need a steady hand, not a hand that must always be steadied, because a steady hand cannot steady a volatile Nigeria. We need a hand on which nothing dies, not the hand that spills everything that is placed on it, if we do not want our collective national destiny to be spilled. We need a grounded leader, not a fakeless, gumless pretender who has become a perfect gift to every level of comedy in Nigeria. By our votes, let us send a strong and clear message to those who want to foist this tasteless joke on us that Nigeria is no comedy seller or Viva Blackpool. For national healing and recovery, let us vote. I want you to say it. Once I say it, you just tell me who to vote for. For national healing and recovery, let us vote for. To end terrorism, banditry, insurgency, kidnap for ransom, and sundry acts of criminality, let us vote for. To rebuild shattered trust and strengthen national unity, let us vote for. To bring order to national chaos, let us vote for. To end religious division and endanger religious harmony, let us vote for. To enthrone merit over mediocrity and nepotism, let us vote for. To close IDP camps permanently and ensure full resettlement, let us vote for. To create jobs and end youth unemployment and restiveness, let us vote for. To ensure prosperity for all, not prosperity for some, let us vote for. To grow the economy and create jobs, let us vote for a strong naira that is available to all, let us vote for. To lift millions of youth and women out of poverty, let us vote for a robust and functional physical and government infrastructure, roads, air, land, sea, and rail transportation, electricity, ICT, e-government, etc. Let us vote for. To reduce our housing deficits, create and deploy a functional, affordable, and efficient mortgage system, let us vote for provision of primary health care and affordable health insurance for all citizens at all levels. Let us vote for agricultural revolution in order to grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let us vote for Nigeria to be a global tourist destination. Let us vote to elect a president who is a cultural architect that creates the atmosphere for every Nigerian to become more, and with whom less becomes more. Let us vote to elect a president who understands that compassion is not tossing a coin at a beggar, but pulling down the system that produces beggars. Let us vote to elect a president who will end rent-seeking as business and inspire us all into manufacturing and production because he's into it himself. Let us vote to elect a president who is not looking for electricity to roast corn, but is already turning corn into meal for humans and animals. Let us vote to elect a president who rallies us to action in poetry and govern us in prose, not someone who does not understand the difference between the two. Let us vote to elect a president who clearly understands what he is promising, not someone who is making promises to fictional groups like wives or widows. Let us vote to elect a president who does not claim it is his turn to chop, but realizes that he has to go to work to produce the food Nigerians desperately need to eat. Let us vote to elect a president who knows that only God gives power and that it is never anyone's turn to take power. Let us vote to elect a president who will hold his ground, not one that the ground must hold before any audience in the world, and bring honor, not shame, and dignity to all Nigerians. Let us vote for Atiku's covenant with Nigeria, the implementation of which will unlock Nigeria's manifest glorious destiny. Let us vote The list is endless. Let me save us. And let me close with this. It was Victor Hugo who reminded us that all the forces in the world are not so powerful as an idea whose time has come. Atiku represents an idea whose time has come. By the grace of God, who alone gives power, Atiku will soon be president-elect. And Mr. President, by May, let us go from here determined to be instruments in God's hand to make it happen. like Gideon and Caleb, I say, come on friends, we are all able. See you on Inauguration Day. God bless you and God bless Nigeria.